Okay, I thought we'd spend a bit of time looking at sports injuries and particularly the fractures that you need to know. You can see in front of you there that there are four that certainly in the Excel exam board you need to know about, and they are the compound, Greenstick, the simple and the stress. So we'll look at each of those in turn, starting with the compound fracture. So let's see how we go. Here we go, there's a compound fracture, and for each of these you need to know what they are, so you need to be able to give a definition. So a definition of a compound fracture, you can see there, it's a fracture which is also known as an open fracture. That might help you with your understanding. It's an injury that occurs when there's a break in the skin around the broken bone. I'm going to show you an image now. It's not too gory, but you can imagine there might be some pretty unpleasant and gory images that are associated with the compound fracture. Let's have a look then. This is an image of a long jumper, and if I just make that a little bit bigger for you, you can see here on impact the tibia here has broken the skin, and you can see it's just about is obviously in a little bit of pain there. But the point here is that the compound fracture is the fracture where the bone breaks the skin. Now the next one that you need to be aware of is the Greenstick, and we'll look at a definition of what Greensticks mean. Again, the name hopefully will help you. A Greenstick fracture, you can see, is a fracture in a young, soft bone in which the bone bends and partially breaks, and you can see that it's particularly common in children. Now I'm going to show you an image of a real stick. It's important you don't get confused between the stick and the bone, but hopefully this will be useful for you. Here's an image of a green stick, and a green stick here it's a young stick. You can see on one side where the stick isn't broken, yet on the other side clearly there is break, but it's not a clean break. You can see it's slightly twisted as well. So that's there to help you with your understanding of how this might work. Now here's a real image of a bone, and you can see again it's in the shin, and it's the tibia again which is broken, and you can see on the inside there's no break. It's still intact, but on the other side, on the outside, it's broken, and as similar to the image that I showed you of the stick. So the green stick then is a break in which there's not a complete total break. The next one is the simple fracture, and simple fracture very simply is a fracture of a bone in which it doesn't pierce the skin. Now this is, often most breaks are like this. There's no breakage of the skin, and here's another image, and this is actually a nice one because it shows a comparison between a simple fracture there. You can just see there's a break there, there's no breakage of the skin at all, and the compound fracture that we looked at first of all, where clearly the bone here is piercing the skin and sticking out. Alright, so it's important that we understand the difference of those two. The last one that we need to be aware of is a stress fracture, and again, by the nature of the title, we ought to be able to have an idea of what that's about. The stress fracture then, you see coming into play. Stress fracture is a small crack in the bone, and it comes about due to overuse, and high impact sports like distance running and basketball may be the cause of stress fractures. And again, if we look at an image of this, there's nothing gory here, it's just highlighting areas in which stress fractures may take place. Again, lower leg, this is the tibia again, and we've got stress fracture sites here, and also in the tarsals and metatarsals down here. So that would be our example of our stress fractures. Just to recap then, you've got four types of fractures that you need to know: the compound, the green stick, the simple and the stress. You need to say what they are, you need to be able to give an example if you're asked. Hopefully this has been useful for you.